Welcome back, everyone. Today's topic is ALGO coin. So overall, we've been bouncing in bullish trend here, and recently we had a nice rejection after forming smaller break of structure here, you can say, and just going on until reaching this upper resistance zone or resistance bullish trend zone. How do you call it? And then we have been going to lower zones, retesting the EMAs, upper movement, and now sellers are showing some kind of pressure. Now, there's two things that might happen. Basically, first movement is not first, but the only movement that we see is basically just moving towards the support zone, then a reversal, and then moving to this upper zone here. So let me put it a little bit better. So movement to the upper zones here, basically towards this zone here. Now, why do we see even movement to this zone is if we zoom out, you can see there is a possibility of forming a double top pattern or cup and handle pattern. So it depends on what kind of like movement we will see from here. Most likely, of course, we'll see a rejection, but until like how far, either towards the neckline zone or towards some kind of like supportive zone where we form some kind of like a handle. And then, of course, a breakout to the upper zones will happen. Now, before we even reach the zone, we have a lot of like room to grow and to fall, which means first target is going to be, so this was just for me. First target is this bullish trend here. Now, give me 1 second here. Yep. Now let's remove these two and go on smaller time frames. And one thing as well, I want to point out this 200 EMA because there is a possibility of like getting a short-term trade as well with this 200 EMA, 4-hour 200 EMA. Meaning once we break this zone here and sellers secure this zone on 30-minute time frame, it's okay, 30-minute time frame, not only 4-hour time frame. Then there is a possibility of getting like 5% scalp here. Or if you are willing to DKA, so DCA the position, just go for like this different strategy, which is midterm strategy, basically dollar cost averaging your position until this zone, I would say. And target would be again close to this zone once we touch here. Similar to this touch, this touch. This might not happen though. Now, going on 30-minute time frame, and we see a nice dominance from sellers as of now. Basically, after having this like sell-off on inauguration day, basically, and a nice pop-off, since then sellers been dominating. So higher high, lower high. Most likely we're going to form another like lower high here near the EMAs, and then a steep projection towards the 4 hours 200 EMA. So this movement should be also like 5%, even a little bit more, 7%. And from here it would be 5%, okay. So this is the 30-minute time frame. We are seeking for a retest of this EMA zone. If we see any kind of like breakout attempt here, next zone is going to be this place here. Basically, if there is a possibility of seeing some kind of liquidity movement towards this zone, but if buyers manage to secure the zone, form a breakout structure from here, then we might just go for the upper movements and to the upper zones towards this resistance zone again. So basically, not even touching this zone, but let's see where we might have. Okay, we don't have here, and here is also wanted to give you an example as well of what it might be, but basically something like this. So let me zoom out, just go here, touching this zone without retesting, of course, this lower zone. Then from here on, we might go to lower zone and then to the upper zones. So this is not this is, but this would be the second scenario for us. But overall, first and foremost is we wait for this 30-minute time frame, EMAs. Then we might take some kind of short position towards the 4-hour time frames, 200 EMAs, And from there on, if we see a break of this zone, then additional movement to the lower zones, additional like 5% basically, and so on. So let me take this one here, another trade setup here, and then from here on would be ideal to just go for a long position until this upper zone, which again I think it was like 60%. Okay, close. Depends, of course, again, but overall, the major target still would be the 60% upper resistance zone and then a potential rejection from here. So, pretty broad overview on the ALGO coin, multiple setups to take. As of now, we wait for this 200 EMA to be retested, and on 30-minute time frame, once again, if we see price to reach this zone and we see any kind of weakness here, then we are going to go for a short position towards this 4-hour EMA. So that's it for today. As always, trade safe and see you on the next video.